Hey there, and thank you so much for joining me in today's video. This is Vlogmas Day 19. So this idea was inspired by the lovely Mary from Penny's Not Perfection, where she had posted her luxury dream wish list. This is a list of things that are totally luxuries that she was using as inspiration to help her to be motivated to earn more money, and I am totally on that bandwagon. So I have come up with a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 items that are pretty much my luxury wish list items as well. So I'm wearing my No Place Like Gnome winter Christmas pajamas, and pretty much from now until Christmas Eve, Christmas Day really, I will be wearing these because they are my favorite winter PJs. If I'm not in my street clothes, outside clothes, I will be wearing these because they are super comfortable and I love them. So without further ado, I will dive into the items on my wish list. So item number 1 is, it's kind of a necessity. It's not really a necessity because I already have one that works really well, but I would like a new one. And that's a new winter coat. So I have a couple coats, but they are all secondhand, and they're fine. They work fine. They're waterproof, keep me warm, and they do their jobs. But I would just really like a new one. So one I got, I just found at Goodwill. It's a Land's End Squall jacket, and it works fine. It's got a hood. It's waterproof. It's great. Keeps me warm. The other one is a second-hand, excuse me, a second-hand down coat that I actually brought up from Nashville from my sister, and that it's kind of got like an interesting history because my dad actually gave it to her, and we don't see my dad ever. So the coat's kind of special to us, and she doesn't wear it anymore, so she was going to try to sell it, but rather than sell it, I was like, well, let me just, I'd love to take it. So I did. And so I actually just wore it today. It's super warm. It's like -30, no, like -10 degrees. The wind chill's really kicking up outside. And I just went for a 20-minute walk and I was toasty. So that coat does its job. It's old. It's maybe, I would say like 10 years old. And I'd still totally keep it for like sentimental reasons, but I really like a new coat. And then the third coat I have 3 winter coats, but none of them are new to me. The third coat is a Land's End down jacket, along, again, like a long 3/4 length coat, with a hood as well, not super waterproof, and I'm kind of disappointed because not really well made either. So because I'd always associated Land's End with quality and really well made items, I'm kind of disappointed in that. But I wear it. It does its job for the most part. Like it's torn a couple, like the fabric is torn and the down's coming through all over. So it's kind of disappointing. So I have 3 coats that are serviceable, but none of them really convey the image that I would like to convey. So I'm kind of bummed, and I would kind of like a new coat. I've got my eye on a North Face jacket. Maybe after Christmas I will take the plunge, but that is item number 1 on my wish list because it's going to be chilly up here in the Northeast for at least the next 3 months, so December, January, February, and probably well into March. So that is 4 months every single day. So I might end up taking the plunge on that sometime soon. Item number 2 is something that I included in my my vision journal, and I will link to that up here because that's something that's a practice that I really enjoy doing, and I love this item so much that I actually included it, and that's the Cartier Trinity bracelet. It is a mixed metal piece, and it's one of the lowest, like an entry-level piece, and it's like maybe $600. But I would really like to have that purchased for me. I don't want to buy that for myself because that's something that I would really love to receive. But I really enjoy that bracelet and really love to have that in my life. So that's item number 2. Item number 3 is an all-inclusive vacation somewhere. And the thing that I like, I've never been on one, excluding, we took one cruise as a family, my mom and my 2 sisters, and my sister. So the 3 of us took a cruise as a family, and that was all inclusive. And then we went to Disney World. So excluding those 2 vacations, I've never been on an all-inclusive as an adult, and I would just kind of love some time to just sit somewhere and do nothing and not have to worry about where you're eating dinner or, you know, where you're getting drinks or anything like that. I would just love to have that experience as an adult. So that's number 3. And number 4 is a cruise, because I really enjoyed the cruise experience we had when I was a kid, and I would love to do that again because it was a lot of fun. Item number 5 is super extravagant and I cannot justify it, but it's something that still is kind of like a reach item for me. That is a Rolex watch, and I like the mixed metal. I think I like the Datejust design, but it's so, like, I can't even think about purchasing it because it's like, it's $10,000. It's a ridiculous amount of money for like a piece of jewelry. And I just couldn't justify it. I had a Citizen watch that I loved, like a Citizen Eco Drive that never needs a battery, and I love that watch. And I actually misplaced it when we went on our beach vacation, when we went down to the shore. And I am so bummed about that, and I miss that watch so much. But then I think, like, if I had a Rolex, like, imagine misplacing that. What you do is, when you're a grown-up, which I'm clearly not, you insure it with your house, so that way if you ever lose it, it's included in your homeowner's insurance policy, is what I've heard. But I'm nowhere near there. So that's what you do. When I get to that point, when I get to that point, that would just be lovely. And I would love to have like matching his and hers Rolex watches. That's kind of a dream of mine. So that's why it's on the wish list, not the wants list. So that is number 5. Item number 6 is a Jeep. Because that's kind of my aesthetic. That's my vibe. I really like that sort of rugged, tough 4-wheel look. I have no need for a Jeep. I don't go places that would require that. I go places where gas mileage is critical, and I mean, I commute to work, that's it. I commute like 9 miles each way, like that is it. So I have no need for a Jeep in my life, but I would just really love to own one. I actually was looking at buying one, and I'm so glad I didn't, because the upkeep is a pain. They're not super reliable. They're tough and they're durable, but they are not super reliable. I drive a Toyota Camry, 2004, and that's my jam for the moment. But if I had unlimited funds, I would probably go for a Jeep. I think that's probably that would be my luxury dream car. Yeah, so that's where that is. The next item is a new or paid off house. I don't especially like the house that we're in, so a luxury item would for sure be a new one, maybe in a different location, definitely in a different location. Although the more I think about this house and the more I've had to take care of this house, I appreciate it. So that's a benefit, but I would really love to not have the stress of a mortgage. Yeah, wouldn't everyone, I mean, if given a choice, wouldn't everyone want that? But that's what I'm working towards, so that's why it's on my wish list. The next item, and this is a true reach item, and that's a beach house or rental property. I love being by the ocean. I love having the water, being in view of the water. It's just a lot of fun. I think a lot of people do. And this item was also on Mary's list, which was, I'm with her on this for sure. I'd love to have a beach house or rental or a little property near the beach. But as she rightly pointed out, she has friends who have rental properties, and you see the upkeep and the hassle that they are, and I have seen that as well. So that's, again, why this is on the wish list. It would be great if I was in a different income bracket. It would be great if I had a paid off house already. So it's for sure something that I aspire to sometime hopefully in the near future. That's something I would like to build into my future, because just the convenience of being able to pop down to the house. But again, there's so much like upkeep. You don't just pop down. You have to get it ready. You have to open it up. You have to like upkeep it. And then at the end of the season, you have to close it up. Yeah, so I know that it's not as simple as just like owning it, but it would be nice to have nonetheless. And the last item is something that I have come to appreciate in the last few years or so, in the last 18 months. And that's season tickets. I really discovered a love of basketball. And I have a friend that has season tickets, and it's fabulous. It's a lot of fun, and I really enjoy that. I'd love to have center court seats. That'd be super fun too. It's just a really exciting experience, and it's something I never thought I would get to experience. And now that I have, I'm like, could get used to this. Because I didn't grow up in a sports-oriented household at all. I wish I had, but I didn't. And now that I'm kind of exposed to that a little bit, I'm like, this is cool. So I love that. I love going to sporting events. So bring it on, which is something else that Mary had on her list, which I was like, I'm with you, sister. We're with you on that too. So those are the items on my luxury dream wish list. I'm not even going to put for 2020 because these are not, I mean, it would be great if some of them came to pass in 2020 or sooner. But hey, I will take them whenever they come. And the goal is to structure my life to lead me to a place of giving, of service, and of being able to enjoy things that you love and that you enjoy. So enjoy things that you enjoy, but to orient your life in a direction that leads you toward increase in abundance rather than toward poverty. So that's the goal. That's my wish list. And thank you for sharing. I'd love to hear what's on your wish list, or just things that you dream about, things that you would like to have in the future, things that inspire you. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you'll keep watching. Bye.